Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. What's up, y'all? Always been pretty busy. I went from doing very little to, being back on the page. I haven't been doing as many lives as usual, and like I told y'all, the Mindful Reality After Dark segment is possibly the last week. I'm not gonna say the last week ever, but I am gonna say now going into a schedule where I'm gonna have to be in a building at 8 o'clock in the morning. Totally different thing, because I can do these anytime when I just get up and clock in on an app, because it doesn't really matter how up I am at 8. As a matter of fact, I have had the luxury over the past 5 years of being able to not work really until about 10 o'clock by choice. Because when you have a remote or hybrid schedule, you don't have to get up and be up and spry first thing in the morning and just automatically doing your work. If you can budget your time correctly, you can start work whenever you want. I mean, it probably would have been beneficial for me to start work at 8, but in jobs like mine that involve clients, it's not like the clients like you to call them or see them at 8 either, for the most part. I think I had one client that liked getting their meetings out of the way in the morning because they were just an early bird. So that one particular person, I would go do my visits with her at 8, but 99% of the rest of them were like, don't call me, I don't want to see you until like 10. So it worked for me anyways. Hi, Charicity. I guess it's kind of sad, but also kind of not in my case. Shoot, man, it's been a hard 6 weeks. It's been 6 weeks that I have just been doing what I can do to survive, and I'm barely managing that. So even though there's some parts of this change that I certainly am not looking forward to, there's some other parts that I need, and I'm hoping to myself that I'm just going in with an open, positive mind like I always do, and I'm hoping that perhaps, even though this was not the thing that I was looking for, that it might be a change that I need. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, maybe it's something that I did not foresee in my future, in my near future, or in my future at all, because I was like, this new hybrid thing is the way to go. But if I were to sit there on paper and write down the pros and cons, especially at the last place, there was so many more cons than pros, so many more on paper, and I was just kind of sticking through it. When I go through the pros and cons of this place, I don't know, I'm kind of laughing at myself because there's probably more pros than cons. Ooh. There's probably more pros than cons, but I've just gotten lazy. That's the honest truth of it. Getting lazy, and then also the fact that I'm thinking of, man, I have to interact for real with coworkers for the first time in 5 years, because all my jobs before were always office jobs. That's what I was familiar with. And then I got to this point where I just have to see my coworkers once a week on Teams. You're not really seeing each other in real life, except for unless I make friends with a coworker. But aside from that, if I don't like the coworker, I don't see the coworker in real life, and we just interact on the computer. But now this is like, when I went in there, it's like a real office. Okay, let me start blocking some of these people. All right, I haven't been looking at the comments, but there's a few blocks here. All right. Okay, that's one. All right, that's two. Hi, Jared. Hi, Randy. Yeah, so when I went and did my interview, the interviewer actually took me through the building and gave me a walkthrough. And the walkthrough was not just like, here's this and here's this. She actually introduced me to the people that work that program, and it felt so different, because my last two jobs, I didn't meet these people. Like, I did not actually meet the majority of these people. My last job, I did end up meeting them a few times, like I mentioned. Office party and office days. We had, I think, 2 office days and holiday party. So maybe like 3 times we met up, but it wasn't like, it wasn't like I was around them. It's like we were around each other 3 days in a calendar year. So this is like, now it's gonna require a different me. That's what I'm trying to say, because I'm gonna be seeing all my clients in person. I mean, I was seeing all my clients in person for this other one, but what I mean by that is it's a program where the clients come to the building, so you're there with them for the duration of that program. So there's no like sneaking a nap anymore. Man, I was taking naps on a regular basis. Maybe it'll make me more productive. Maybe I need to look at it that way. I was taking like 2 naps a day. I'm gonna miss that for sure. I wasn't really sure what they were. I don't wait. As you know, I do not wait. I've seen enough comments on here that I'd rather accidentally snipe somebody who looks like a troll than to leave them the opportunity to write something crazy, which is still going to happen regardless. But no naps. Yeah, unfortunately. But I think that has kind of made me lazy, and it has made me less social. Anyways, there's 2 things that I was going to say that I did not even get into. The first one, I meant to say this at the beginning of the video. I wish I had said it at the beginning, but Mama Fee has agreed to do this to do this Zoom with me. And the date and the time is going to be Thursday, February 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's going to be for 1 hour, 1 p.m. Eastern to 2 p.m. And I am going to post that Zoom link. I'm going to post it a few places. If you have me on any platform or email or whatever, hit me up. I'll give you that link. This is not like the last one where I said it's a $20 requirement. I will probably just ask for, if you can and are able, any kind of donation, just towards my page, the work that I'm putting in. But it's not going to be something that I'm requiring people to pay me to join. But if y'all remember Mama Fee was a riot. Mama Fee was hilarious on Big Brother season 25. And I've had her contact information for the longest, as I've been telling you guys. I've been sitting on it. So I said to myself this year, I want to make a bigger push than I have been making. In 2024, I was just kind of survival mode because I was really just processing everything with my dad for the first time. Like, everybody was telling me in 2023, the first time of everything is going to be the hardest. His first birthday, first Thanksgiving, first Christmas, first New Year, all that kind of stuff. But, okay, so he passed in April. His birthday would have been, Father's Day came up. When is Father's Day? I think Father's Day is June something. And then the next thing after Father's Day was his birthday. His birthday would have been August. That was hard. And then I guess, Thanksgiving, Christmas or whatever. The New Year's. First time all of those things without him. However, I was sad during those times, but at the same time, it was so fresh that I was not really feeling it yet. I wasn't really feeling too much because I was kind of numb to everything. So 2024 was like the Band-Aid was ripped off, and it felt like I was feeling all of those things for the first time in 2024. So 2024, despite the fact that I was on my page, I did cover Big Brother. I did, manage to create and do a whole bunch of different content and stuff. I wasn't really goal setting anymore. I was just like, let me just get on here and do something. So in 2025, I'm kind of better. Even though it's the type of thing you never really get over, but I am back to being in a space of like, let's get to these goals. Because I got this number from Mama Fee in 2024, July, I think July of 2024. And she agreed to do something with my page. And I just, credit to her, because I reach out. I think I mentioned this before. I reach out every once in a while, like once every couple of months. Really? Where's your rush at this time of night? I don't understand. Bruh. I don't know where it is where y'all live. It is 3 o'clock in the morning where I live, and this person is honking like you got somewhere real important to go. Yeah, so it's the reason why I went to that Survivor thing. It's the reason why I'm going to the Survivor premiere party. I need to try to get, I need to try to get Wendell. I need to try to get Wendell on here. I need to try to network and maybe get some Survivor interviews, or maybe even to a Survivor player that I want to host an event and ask, what would it take to get them to come and participate and advertise? Because there's always plenty of players. I mean, I shouldn't say there's always plenty of players, but there's always some players that live in New York City. You never know. Because I was saying that for the Survivor game, the Survivor thing that I went to last week. I mean, yeah, it was last week because it was Saturday, but it was a couple days ago. The Survivor thing that I went to, they had like a couple carnival games from Survivor, and people loved that. They loved the whole setup of the place, which looked, like pretty easy to do. Some fake tiki torches and some Survivor posters and stuff, and they just, decorated it Survivor style, and then had like 4 really simple games to do, and people enjoyed that. Alright, now let me look at these comments. Must be nice 2 naps a day. I'm still gonna take 1. I'm probably gonna take a nap right after I get off work. $4:30 nap. Cash App. I take the same things: Cash App, Zelle, and PayPal. People ask me about Venmo. I have a Venmo, but I only used Venmo once in my life. Like, it still exists. There's a Venmo that still exists with my name on it, but I haven't used Venmo in years. It's kind of a funny story how I even have Venmo. It's because I had a friend who owed me money for the longest. And I mean like months. And then one day, she was like, I didn't forget about your money that I owed you. Can I send it to you today? I was like, yeah, of course. And then she was like, I said, you can give it to me in cash. I take PayPal, I take Zelle, I take Cash App. And then she was like, oh, I don't use any of those. All I use is Venmo. Do you have Venmo? I was like, yep. And then I just got on real quick and created a Venmo that same day, because I'm like, if I have an opportunity to get this money back that I am owed, I'm gonna have Venmo. She's hilarious. Mama Fee. Okay. Before I get into that, oh, you just gave me an idea. I think that if I'm gonna try to create one of my intro videos, one of my intros that I usually make on my videos, like my pre-recorded videos when I do Zoom interview, when I do when I do like Zoom interviews with these people, I usually make a like an intro for it. I think I might make an intro for Mama Fee where I put some highlights of her time on the show. By the way, I know it's an early time, like 1 p. That's the time she gave me, 1 p.m. I hope as many of you can show up as possible because I don't ever want to have one of these guests show up to an empty house. I really don't. And by the way, I've thrown this out there a couple of times, but what would any of you think about BB23 Amira being on one of these Zooms? I want to know, I want to gauge if there is enough interest in having BB23 Amira on one of these Zoom Q&As with fans before I ask her. If there's enough of you that have an interest in that, I will ask her. I don't know 100% whether she will say yes, but like I tell you guys, I do have connects in the Big Brother and Challenge community. There's John Brennan from The Real World, California, season 2 of The Real World. Ayana from The Challenge and from Road Rules Semester at Sea, which is from years ago. But she also did All Stars 2. I think it was All Stars 2. Yeah, All Stars 2. The Challenge All Stars 2. There's who else? I can't think of any right now, but I definitely do communicate with some challenge people and some Big Brother people some of them that have never been on my page, but their 2 year has passed. So I believe that I would be able to get these people, especially the Big Brother ones I'm referring to. The 2 years on their contract have passed, so it's just a matter of whether they would still want to do the interview or not. I still, because of y'all, I'm not going to let go of this me thing. I'm going to ask her again. Because I know her season is now going to be 2 seasons old. Actually, being 2 seasons old means 25, 26, 27. That she's also probably going to be off of this contract thing with CBS. So I feel like she'll likely come to the premiere party. By the way, y'all, when I go to the next premiere party, I am going to dress up and I'm going to make myself media. What I mean by that is they have like a red carpet for the Big Brother premiere parties where they all get dressed up and they take pictures on this red carpet, whatever. I'm going to show up, right? The same way like them. And I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna try to secure this media work. Whether I get interviews with them or not, at the very least, I'm gonna try to have them on my camera. Okay. I'm glad moving forward with fun stuff you're excited about. What's sleep like? What is my preference? My preference is My preference is Zelle because that's the one that just goes right into it goes right into the bank account without any fees or waiting time. My friends and I use Venmo. Hello, just cap cuts from Canada. I was born and raised in Canada. I left Canada what was I, 14, 15 about when I left Canada. I spent the first 15 years of my life in Canada. Then the next 2 to 3 years, I was back and forth between the Canada and the U.S. And I became a U.S. citizen in 2015. Thank you for the sub. Well, okay. Season 23 was the Taylor season. Was the season that Taylor won. Amira was only there for I think the first I want to say 3 weeks, and she got blindsided by the leftovers. She was the first casualty of the leftovers. Who I don't remember all of who was in the leftovers. I know Turner was kind of the I think he was the HOH that week that they got rid of Amira. And oh, Turner. Would y'all want to do one of these with Turner? Would y'all want to do one of these Zooms with Turner? That's one of the names that I was forgetting. Because I think that would be real fun. Turner's a funny guy. Hello, Too Cool from Australia. 6:20 p.m. Awesome. Australia. G'day, mate. Hi, Kenan. I'm a proud black, indigenous, Australian single mom of one daughter. Hold on a minute. Man, Too Cool. I wish that I had. I wish that I was on my computer so that I could play my Big Brother Math Ain't Mathing clip. So you have one daughter and 5 sons, 6 kids and 32 grandkids among the 6. Is it kind of spread out evenly? Is it spread out evenly? I could probably reach out to Mimi like I could probably reach back out to Mimi via email. Like try to get Mimi set up for next month. However, I think that in the case of Mimi, I would be more interested in an interview than I would be in the Zoom call, in the fan Q&A, because when I envisioned interviewing Mimi, it wasn't really because of Big Brother, because I didn't really see her as some major name in the Big Brother game. And that's not a shade on her or anything like that, but sometimes when people come on Big Brother, they're like, I'm a bartender, I'm a model, what are some other things? Like, I don't know. I can't think of anything else. But basically what I'm trying to say is you don't get too many people like her or like Kirsten or even like Heizem, who's like I think a psychiatric doctor. Mimi was I forgot what her actual title was, but it's like she writes policies in Washington, and Kirsten was like a biologist. What I'm trying to say is there's much more than Big Brother that I would like to ask her about. Like when I only know the person for Big Brother, like, or the show that they're on, then it's just okay. I come up with a bunch of show questions, but she's the type of person who seems to just have this wealth of knowledge that I would just like to pick her brain and learn some things from her. I bless myself every night. Is that what it is? That's what I do with my fam usually. That's awesome. That's a lot of kids. Turner Turner is very nice, and his fiance is also very nice. I met him and his fiance. Um, Charicity, I don't think that you were on my channel at the time when I interviewed Turner. But the funny story about my interview with Turner and how I got my interview with Turner. You know by now that even though I have sacrificed my preparation when it comes to these videos, when I'm interviewing somebody, I am very meticulous. I still have in my car 4 completely typed out pages with highlights on them for my interview that I did with Kara, that I took a lot of time to type out and to figure that thing out, because if there's one thing that I am so scared of, maybe it's just because of my history in my life of what presentations used to be like for me, where I would run out, not where I would run out, but I would be presenting, and then we'd have these times like this presentation is supposed to be a 10-minute presentation, and I stop short. Like, I practice that thing, and when I practice it, it's 10 minutes, it's 12 minutes, 13 minutes. I get up there, and then I'm nervous and rushing, and then I end up doing like a 7-minute presentation instead of 10, and I get a C on the presentation. So since then, I'm over prepared always when it comes to those things. When it comes to speeches that I do, when it comes to things at work, groups. I'm gonna have to get back into that because I'm gonna be leading groups again. Yeah, man. So I say all that to say, I did this thing with Hannah. I did this interview with Hannah, and I was thinking about. I always try to do something different, like the way that I wore the Caro for the beginning of the Cara interview. Like, I always try to think of something different that they haven't experienced before. And in this case, I reached out to Turner. I had already met Turner at the Big Brother premiere party. And then I put in a cameo. I paid for a cameo, but in the cameo, I didn't ask him for a cameo. I was just like, I want to do this prank on Hannah where I'm like, Hannah, I have a fan question, a fan video question that they sent in for you. Can you answer the question? And especially because I knew him and Hannah were friends, are friends. So he was like, oh, sure, dude. He said, here's my phone number. Text me and give me the details and I'll make that right now. So I gave him the details. He created the video for me, sent it to me. Then a couple of days later, when I did the interview with Hannah, I sent him the video. He was like, that's awesome. Let me know when you post that so that I can watch the entire video. Then when I finished with the interview with Hannah, I sent it to him. I was like, this is so hilarious. I said, I hope that I can get you on here at some point too to do an interview with you. And he was like, it was like 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday. And he was like, how about an hour from now? And for me, I was drowning in anxiety with the thought of creating a whole interview of somebody with 1 hour notice. Like this, he wasn't even on my radar to ask for an interview. And then with 1 hour notice to like come up with a whole interview, And it was the same day that I did my Hannah interview, as a matter of fact. I mean, it was the day. It was the same day because I did the Hannah interview Saturday morning, and then I did the interview with him Saturday evening. But we filled an hour and a half, with questions that I figured out on the spot, and I was probably the most proud of that interview. Not because it was my best interview or anything. I still give that crown to my Sam interview because I feel like I put the most work into that. It was an in-person. It was quite spontaneous. I was well prepared for it, but it was also quite spontaneous. It rained in the middle of the interview. There was just so many elements that one it will be hard to top that one, but I was proud of this one because it was so out of my comfort zone. I can see you doing a really stellar interview with her too, meaning Mimi, I'm sure. She's got depth. When I tuned in just now, you said something scheduled for 1 p.m. A Thursday, February 27 interview at 1 p.m. Thursday. Today's Monday. So it's going to be in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. In 3 days. Yeah, I prepare. When I look at other people's interviews, because I have looked at other people's interviews, I don't look at them often anymore, but when I do go to other people's interviews, which is typically just when a show ends, I look at a couple of exit interviews, and or if I get somebody on my radar to interview, I try to look at 2 or 3 of their interviews to see what kind of things they've been asked before, and I'm like, these people don't prepare as much as me. Spicy D, I know. I all this time I don't even think I realized that you were a Big Brother fan. I remember when you jumped on the channel, but I didn't even know that you were a Big Brother fan. That's what's up. So Spicy D, I am going to be doing a fan question and answer. So I'm going to be putting up a Zoom link, or providing a Zoom link. I should say providing, because I like these to be a little bit smaller groups, but it's not exclusive. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to put up the link like how I would normally put it on my community page and just be like, here's a link anybody can jump on. But anyone who wants the link can reach out to me. I think my email is in my bio. If not, just comment on this video after it posts and just say that you would like to get the link to the interview, to the Q&A. And if you're available, you'll have your own chance to talk to Mama Fee and ask her questions. It's funny that when I met her, I just instantly started calling her Mama Fee. And I told y'all, like, despite the fact that I've known her September, October, November, December, January, February, I've known her about like 6 or 7 months, and we haven't gotten this interview or anything, but 6 or 7 months. Yeah, because I met her at the season 26 premiere. Yep. So I've known her about 6 or 7 months, and when I reach out to her, she gives me like mama advice, which I find funny. It's nice too, though. It's nice too because we've talked more personal than business. We haven't talked business at all, essentially, because I asked her when I first met her, like, let's do this interview. And then I reached out a few more times. She's like, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. And then I started just reaching out to say hi. And she talks to me like a mama, and she's a little younger than my mom. My mom has probably got 5, 6 years on her or so, but she could be my mom, you know. She's an age where she could be my mom. I'm gonna ask her to say it on the call. What? Okay. And I gotta play some of those clips that I have on my StreamYard. I gotta get some of those clips. I gotta get her reactions to some of those clips, man. I gotta get her reactions to some of those clips. I told her about that before, and she's like, "Oh yeah, Mimi's my girl." Um, Hi Khabib. 1 Eastern time. Yes, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Oh no, I didn't do any BB23 coverage. But I did start covering BB24. I did make a couple of BB23 videos. Yes, I made like a video about the Kylan and Xavier thing for that elimination. Like I made a couple of pre-recorded Big Brother 23 videos, but I was not really covering Big Brother like that during that season. But season 24, about midway through season 24, is when I really dove in, excuse me, to Big Brother coverage. Oh, you hopped onto one of the late night chats about the challenge. Okay. It was before my Cara Maria interview. By the way, shout out to Cara, man. I know that again, she has been under fire for people who follow all of that off-season stuff, but I know my experience with her has been stellar, and I think that like politics and religion in some cases, there's just certain like topics that end up being really divisive. What the heck? Oh man. What time can I pick you up so we can hunt Pokemon? Okay. I'm laughing because I laugh at the things that you time people out for, Charicity. Yeah, but I think that some of those topics, they really divide us as people, and it's really unfortunate because I kind of just view people on a human level, and Cara is one of the favorite humans that I have ever met for any of these things. There's like a list of maybe 3, 4 of them that I feel that way about, and she's right there on that list. She's right there where the same air where I put Hannah on that list. She's right up there. I love that. She seems like she probably is in real life. 24 for sure. I was watching so much 23 content. I thought you were in that mix. Yeah, no, I wasn't in that mix, but yeah, I was definitely in the season 24 mix. That's when I started covering Big Brother every day. Like mid mid-season 24. And I had never had a season with as much engagement as I had on season 24. I think I just hopped on a rare like upswing where content was popping at that time. You could put together my views for season 25 and 26 combined, and it probably is still less than the amount of numbers that I was doing for Big Brother season 24. I wouldn't actually. I just figured you would, because I'm pretty sure you weren't hunting Pokemons. The ones that are clear, I know. It's the vague ones I don't know. Which is the majority of them. The majority of them are vague. Well, the majority of them are vague until probably comment number 3. Two or 3. Sometimes, depending on my mood, I have 2. I don't have any kids, Nina. But way to come in hot with the questions. The ones that are, oh, I already read that. So yeah, Mama Fee. Oh, there was a whole other topic that I was going to talk about, but I am no longer going to talk about it now. But I have one in the stash for a later time, because I had a whole different topic. But sometimes I come on here and the comment section is popping, and sometimes I come on here and the comment section is light. Interesting. Today there's plenty of comments in the comment section. That's why I didn't get to my topic, but that's okay. I honestly prefer when I don't have to fill space. My least favorite times are when nobody is saying anything and I have to just fill the space myself. That's why you'll see my videos will end in like 10 minutes when I'm here by myself versus I'm almost an hour in. 11 kids. I think my life is pretty good. Could be better, but I'm glad for you that you have 11 kids and that they make your life more enjoyable. I feel like your comment is a half a troll comment, but I'm leaving it there just because I don't know for sure. I'll see if your body of work reflects something better. All right. See what I'm saying? That's why I'm not on the let me see what they have to say type of thing, because I'm like, I usually know with the first comment where they're going with it. I'm not saying that comment was the worst comment in the world, but it's like when somebody comes on the page and they're not even concerned with the topic, this is not TikTok. That's what people do on TikTok. On TikTok, when you get on a live, people just jump on there. They want to just type any comment, and that's the TikTok world. YouTube, I feel like YouTube lives are not necessarily like that. Maybe they are for channels that have more subscribers than mine, but because I have a small enough channel that I can read everybody's comments, I just get rid of those people. They don't interest me. I was on to that one. Spicy D, so you were on my music and mental health channel? Hi, Oystein Undem. I didn't see your comment before. I was at the back door. Oh, the comment that got removed. It was about it was somebody that just hopped on and was like, "How many kids do you have?" And then they were like, and then I said none, and they were like, "Oh, I have 11. You need to have a few." No, but the comment I was asking you about was just I was saying, did you join on my music and mental health channel? Because that's the channel that I started covering Big Brother on. And then I made this channel 2023. Yeah, I think it was 2023. No, it might have been. When did I do that interview with Alyssa? I can't remember anymore if I did my interview. No, I didn't do any interviews in 2024. So yeah, I did my interview with Alyssa 2023. So that's when I made this page. And I made the other page. I started covering Big Brother on the other page 2022. I think I made that page 2021. But that page was all mental health videos up until Big Brother season 24, where I was like, oh, let me just throw something out there, and a lot of people joined that page. It has 2,500 subscribers, and I gained most of those subscribers in a 2-month span. To go from 0 to 2,500 is no joke. And then I created this page and got 1,300 subscribers, which I don't think is too bad. I'm not one of the. I always say, like, I may not be one of the major players in the Big Brother coverage game, compared to some of these other channels that have 10, 15, 20, 30, 40,000 subscribers. Like, I'm not a channel like that, but I feel like mine is one of the highest quality of content, and also one of the most personal, because not every channel does the things that I do or puts in the type of work that I put in. I joined after this one. Hey, we all think you're a big deal. Thank you. I don't think it was that channel. Oh, okay. So you started following me probably 2023. So if that's the case, you saw my coverage from season 25, because that's when I started covering Big Brother on this channel. Yeah, I started covering season 25 on this channel, and I was on here all 100 days of that long ass season. I was on here all 100 days. That was a long, long, long season, and I covered every single day. That was very hard. But the reason I covered every one of those 100 days was because I had dedicated that season to my dad, who had actually passed 4 months prior to that season starting, and I was considering quitting doing this page because of that. But I was like, you know what? Let me kind of use it as fuel. I covered all 100 days. And his birthday would have been maybe like a week after that season started. So, and then after that, I said I will never do an everyday coverage again. Just because it's just too taxing. It's not easy to jump on here every day of a 90 to 100 day season. I got 5 more minutes on here. But in this time, I want to thank everybody for joining me. And thanks for your support. Reminding you again, Mama Fee, Thursday, we're going to do a fan Q&A, which means it's not an interview. It's a chance for you to jump on a Zoom that Mama Fee will be on. I'll be hosting the Zoom. But you all are going to be the interviewers, because you get a chance to talk to her, ask her whatever questions that you might have, and go from there. We did one with Kara. If you want to know and see an example of what it was like, I made that public. I made it private at first because, people made donations towards making that happen. So I was like, I don't want to have people give me donations and then everybody can view it right away. So I left it for like a month. It was an exclusive for about a month. And then now I made it public so you can see our Zoom discussion that we had with Car, which was pretty fun. It was not a lot of people attended it, but it was fun for those who did. I remember that 100 days and losing your dad. I'm usually a lurker on these channels. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for joining the, I don't know what to call it. Thanks for joining the chat, I guess. I've had people say that before, that they've watched my channel for a while and then one day they just jumped on and decided to comment. So appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. And yeah, so Wednesday is the Survivor premiere party, and I'm gonna be at the Survivor premiere party. I have a harder time with Survivor just because I know Survivor so much less than I do the other two shows. But I am going to try to mingle with these people. I'm still, whenever I go to Survivor events, I'm still Googling. I felt like a fish out of water when I met Sandra on Saturday, because like I'm well aware of who Sandra is, and I've heard so much about how Sandra was on Big Brother, not Big Brother, on Survivor, but I only actually know her, as in saw her on the Traitors. So when I saw her, I was caught off guard because I didn't know she was going to be there. And so in a setting of like the Survivor parties, I usually have a cheat code, which is that when I see one of these people that I don't know, I walk up to one of these super fans, because these things are filled with super fans. And I would be like, hey, excuse me, that's Sandra, right? And then they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm a new Survivor fan. And, I kind of know a little bit about her, but could you tell me about her season? And they'll go on and on about her season. And then I'll pull out my phone and I'll go on YouTube and I'll watch, I'll put in Sandra Survivor highlights, and it'll have these 2-3 minute highlight videos or summaries of whatever, and then I'm like, okay, I kind of prepped a little bit, and then I asked them a couple of things based on that information that I just got. But seeing her in this type of setting where they were like, you have 2 minutes and then we're kicking you out. And then I happened to see her then, all I could tell her was, hey, Sandra, I'm a new Survivor fan. I literally just said it like that. I'm like, I've seen a little bit of you on Survivor, but I mostly know you for the traitors. And then I gave her a compliment on how she was so smart on the traders, and how I loved that scene where she was like doing the math with the apples on the pool table, and she kind of laughed at that a little bit, but our conversation was like a minute and 30 seconds. But I was like, man, this is the Survivor legend that I was speaking to, and I didn't have anything to say. Small groups are more comfortable. Oh, I understand that. I get that. I gotta say, Spicy D, I've gotta say, she was not nice on Survivor. Wow. I've gotta say, when it comes to Big Brother, right? This is pretty much the last thing I'm gonna say. When it comes to Big Brother, um, when I started watching Big Brother, which was 2020, I was like, oh, this is not that bad, because I never liked Big Brother. Always liked the challenge. I never liked Big Brother. I started watching live on Big Brother season 23. But the first season I ever watched was, I went back and I watched season 16. You're still saying this stuff? All right. That was comment number 2. I've been generous and kind this evening. But you're doing too much. Okay, let me restart what I was saying. So I started watching Big Brother with season 16 or whatever. I didn't start watching when season 16 was on, but that's the first season that I watched back. And I was like, this is pretty cool. Then I watched season 10, and then I watched season 6, and so on and so forth. I've seen probably about half or a little more than half the seasons at this point. And then I started tapping into like Facebook Big Brother groups, Reddit Big Brother groups, and Big Brother YouTube pages and stuff, Twitter, Big Brother Twitter, and I was like, God, the fandom for the Big Brother community is horrific, to the point where I didn't even want to watch the show anymore. Because I'm like, these fans are nasty. And it's like, they take the show to so many places that are outside of game that it's not even fun for me to follow these pages and these channels. Like, they're spending the whole time talking about race, religion, politics, misogyny, sexism, this and that and the other. And it's like, I know those things happen, but it's like their sole focus is to wait for one of these divisive topics to come up, or even a Big Brother cast in the house will make a comment, and then it's like, even if there's gray area to the comment, it's like, burn the show down if they don't get this person out of the house. And I'm like, then they're starting to look up their family. It's like they're contacting their job. People contacted Angela's freaking job because of her crazy eyes rant. And I'm like, she's a real estate agent. I mean, number one, what she said wasn't nice. I don't like that. And I think that, Matt even deserved an apology, even though I don't think she gave him one as far as I know. But contacting her job for that, like, that's crazy to me. Like, that's kind of wild to me. So I was just like, I can't really with this Big Brother community. Like, I don't like it. I don't like the Big Brother community. So, what I decided to do was like, I am going to create. Hey, Vicky, I'm going to create my own, and I'm just going to be myself. And if you notice, I don't focus on those things. I focus on the game. Like, I watch the game, I focus on the gameplay. Obviously, when something big happens, Luke's ejection from the show, um, you know, uh, the Monty stuff with Taylor, certain things that have happened since I've started covering Big Brother. I'll cover them when they're on there, but I'm not going to make my whole page dedicated to that. And I command respect and I ask for respect out of my viewers, and I give everyone respect. And I've had people either come up to me when I go to Big Brother events, or tell me online on Facebook, or communicate with me wherever they communicate with me on, and say, I would never go to another group but yours. And it's not even because I am the Big Brother guru that has the most Big Brother information. Obviously, I'm not. It's not because my channel has the most Big Brother guests that joined the channel. Um, it's not because I have the most technical content, the people that are tech wizards with the videos and stuff. It's just straight up because my channel is one of the few non-toxic Big Brother channels, truthfully. I mean, there's others. I'm not saying it's the only one, but out of all the ones that are out there, there's not many. Like, some people said they considered quitting Big Brother because of the communities that talk about Big Brother. And I had so many people tell me that my channel for them is like a breath of fresh air. So I take that, and, you know, I think it's pretty cool that I have been able to create the community that I would like to see. And I did that because of advice that somebody gave me about social media in general. That was like, instead of deleting your social media, which I almost did at one point some years back, they were like, just make your channel one that has those elements to it that you want to see. If I was following somebody else's page, and like-minded people gravitated towards it, and I've kept it going. 3 years. This is gonna be year number 3 coming up, and season number 4 that I've covered. All right. Oh, you got to it before me. I'm LOLing at you saying how horrific. Yeah, I watched BB from day one. Oh wow, VHS. Yeah, that's when I was heavy on challenge only. No, not challenge only, because there was other competition shows that I watched. I watched a bunch of the VH1 shows. Um, Flavor of Love. That's not a competition. I mean, it is a competition show, but it's not in the same category. But I watched Flavor of Love. It's hilarious. I watched I Love New York. There's a show called I Love Money. I watched a whole bunch of the VH1 shows and the Real World and the Challenge. I started watching Survivor like 2 to 3 years ago, and I started watching Big Brother like 4 years ago, 5 years ago now. All right, y'all. I'm jumping off here, but again, thank you for joining. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thank you all, and have a great night.